Tudo bem, vamos começar. Cecília, se precisar, você pega o final da tradução, porque eu estou com neta hoje.
All right. Sorry to keep you all...
Hã?
O final, você está dizendo?
Right.
Tá, porque você tem que sair que horas?
Não tenho que sair, eu não sei, só se der confusão com a neta.
Tá, se der confusão, você fala.
Tá.
Tá bom?
Denise and José Antonio are babysitting the grandkid today.
Okay.
And I didn't realize that today I will be translating, you know?
All right.
But everything, Dada will take care of the baby. And Dada and José Antonio. O Dada e o José Antonio vão cuidar do bebê. Pronto.
Yes, Vyavasthit will take care of the baby.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, evidences all fall into place. It is our misunderstanding that makes us believe that I am doing anything, you see. Shuddhatma Bhagwan.
Esse entendimento que faz a gente acreditar que eu não estou fazendo nada.
Yes. So on June the 29th we covered Agna 1 and 2.
Então, em junho, a gente cobriu Agna 1 e 2.
With Brazil. And so, especially for the new ones, but there is nothing like new and old. Every time we hear the words of Dada, every time we are with Dada, everything is new. Everything appears as new because new veils, new curtains fall off, new.
Então, principalmente para os novos, mas de verdade não tem muito essa coisa de novos e antigos Mahat.
Yeah, but yes, nonetheless, this post Gnan Vidhi, can you hear me?
Let me translate, please. Porque cada vez que a gente ouve as palavras de Dada, algum véu se descortina. Então, mesmo para o pessoal mais antigo, sempre tem algo novo. Sorry, Shuddha, you may continue.
This Agna 1 and 2 is continuing. Is still beautiful things that I want to share with you. Very few things before we move on to Agna 3, 4 and 5.
Ele quer falar mais algumas coisinhas sobre a Agna 1 e 2 antes de partir para 3 e 4.
Have you done the Tri Mantra or you haven't?
No, just Dada Bhagwan.
Okay, so I'm going to have Santana do the Tri Mantra. Okay, Santana, okay. Please, yes. Tri Mantra. Santana.
Namo Adihantara, Namo Sitaran, Namo Ayariyaran, Namo Vayaram, Namo Loyesavastam, Eso Panchanamukaro, Savapava Panam Shano, Mangalam Savesim, Paramam Havai Mangalam, O Namo Bhagavate Vasudevai, O Namah Shivai, Jai Sachidanam, Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantaram, Namo Sitaram, Namo Ayariyaram, Namo Vazayaram, Namo Loye Sava Savaram, Eso Pancha Namukaro, Savapava Pananshano, Mangalanam She Savesim, Paraman Havai Mangalam, O Namo Bhagavate Vasudevai, O Namah Shivai, Jai Sachidanam, Namo Vitragai, Namo Adihantaram, Namo Namo Vazayaram Namo Loye Sava Savaram Eso Pancha Namukaro Savapava Pananshano Mangalaranche Savesim Paraman Havai Mangalam O Namo Bhagavate Vasudevai Om Namah Shivai Jai Sachidanand Jai Sachidanand Jai Sachidanand Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand, thank you.
Obrigada.
As you know, Agna 1 and 2 is beyond worldly interactions. And Agna 3, 4...
Das interações terrenas.
Agna 1 and 2 are beyond worldly interactions. They have got nothing to do with worldly interactions, whereas Agna 3, 4 and 5 to a certain extent are related to worldly interactions.
No entanto, Agna 1 e 2 não tem nada a ver com as interações terrenas, e no entanto, Agna 3, 4 e 5 tem tudo a ver com as interações terrenas.
So therefore, particularly for worldly interactions, this three mantra becomes very relevant, you see.
Então, particularmente, I'm so sorry, Shuddha.
Especially for the worldly interactions, the three mantra is relevant, is applicable. The
Então,
three mantra.
The Agnas 3, 4, 5.
Agna 3, 4, 5 have to do with worldly interactions, right? How you interact with the world.
Então, a Agna 3, 4 e 5, elas têm tudo a ver com a interação terrena, de como deve acontecer a interação terrena.
And so it is there that the three mantra becomes particularly relevant. You see,
E é por isso que aí o Trimantra fica particularmente relevante.
You see, the three mantra, as you know, it says. By the way, remind me that in the Charan Vidhi we need to put the title that the three mantra removes worldly obstacles. It solves worldly obstacles, or it removes worldly obstacles. Okay, in the Charan Vidhi, that is the title. I need to kind of revise with you the Charan Vidhi. There are certain things that are missing in all our Charan Vidhis, Portuguese and Spanish, and we want to make it like it used to be exactly in the Gujarati, you see.
Ok. Ele está dizendo que o Trimantra, então, tem tudo a ver também com as Agnas 3, 4 e 5, porque ele remove obstáculos, né? Então, na interação terrena, o Trimantra é muito importante porque ele vai removendo obstáculos. E ele chamou atenção para o nosso Charan Vidhi, que ele diz que está faltando um subtítulo que diz justamente isso, que ele remove obstáculos. I believe we put it in this time.
This time you have that it removes worldly obstacles, right?
Yes, we put.
Good.
Nós pusemos isso, não, Cecilia, essa vez?
Okay, if it is there, it's good, huh? I didn't see this in the Spanish one, so okay, all right. So
Yes, mas eu vou dar uma checada. I'll check it. I'll look at it. Okay.
All right. Now let us continue. So just wanted to share with you Agna 1, Agna 2 with reference to the word line of demarcation.
Yes, we have here the.
You have it, no? You have it. We want
yes.
Good.
The mantra, the three mantras that destroy all obstacles found in life.
Yeah, worldly obstructions.
Yeah. Yes. So in Portuguese is correct already. Okay?
Good. Wonderful.
Então, o português já está corrigido, gente. Já tem esse subtítulo.
So in Agna 1...
a very deep review, Shuddha.
Good. Very good. Very good. Now all we need to add is a few of those pados or the songs that are sung in Guru Purnima, like Hunto Puja Karish. The Guru Pujan day, on the Guru Purnima day, some of the songs that were sung, they are not there, you see. So if they are there, that will make it complete.
Ok. Ele está falando de algumas músicas que foram cantadas no Guru Purnima que não estão no Charan Vidhi e que devem estar, e aí dessa forma o Charan Vidhi vai estar completo. Ok, we can talk about this later, ok?
Right, so this is yes, we shall certainly. The real and the relative, you see, between the real and the relative, a line of demarcation has been placed.
Então foi colocado uma linha de demarcação entre o real e o relativo.
Yes. It has been placed for us all, you see.
Para todos nós foi colocada essa linha.
It has been placed in the Gnan Vidhi by our Gnani Purush Dadashri, see?
Foi colocado no Gnan Vidhi pelo Dadashri.
Yes, see? Before Dadashri, only the Tirthankars used to put, only the Tirthankars, the fully enlightened ones, used to place this line of demarcation. They would have an absolute line of demarcation between the real and the relative.
Então, antes do Dada, só os Tirthankaras colocavam essa linha de demarcação.
And before our Gnani Purush Dadashri, only one previous Gnani called Acharya Kunda, okay, I'll just give you the name. He had placed it. He also, Acharya Kunda had placed it, you see.
Além de Dada e os Tirthankaras, essa linha, que o nome dele era Acharya Kunda.
Kunda, okay.
Kunda.
He was a Gnani Purush.
Ele era Gnani Purush.
And he had placed, this is the amazing thing. This is very amazing. He was not a Tirthankar, he was in our world in South India.
Ele estava no sul da Índia, ele não era Tirthankara.
Yeah, but he was able to connect with Lord Simandar.
Mas ele tinha acesso, ele conseguia fazer o acesso ao Lord Simandar.
And in accessing Lord Simandar, he was able, because Lord Simandar is a Tirthankar, you see, he's a living Tirthankar, and he has the line of demarcation. The real, the relative, and an absolute line between them, a line of demarcation, you see. So because the Lord...
Então, como ele tinha esse contato com o Lord Simandar, ele conseguia fazer essa linha de demarcação entre o real e o relativo.
Yeah, he was able to also place that line of demarcation, you see.
Ele também era capaz de fazer essa linha de demarcação.
And after Kunda comes our Gnani Purush Dadashri, you see.
E depois do Kunda veio o nosso Gnani Dadashri.
Oh, the interesting thing about these two Gnani Purush Dadashri and Acharya Kunda is that they were able to connect. They were able to connect with a living Tirthankar, a fully enlightened one in another world. This is beyond the comprehension of our intellect.
Então, o que eles tinham em comum, o Kunda e o Dada, é que eles conseguiam fazer essa conexão com o Tirthankara vivo, né? E estabelecer essa linha de demarcação.
All right. So now go ahead and assign. If I write something, Cecilia is doing it. Thank you, my dear Cecilia. Yeah, she's writing it in Portuguese, okay?
A Cecília está traduzindo o chat, né? O Shuddha escreve muito no chat, diferente dos outros Mahatmas, tá? Então vale a pena estar com o chat aberto para vocês irem vendo o que ele escreve.
Once a line of demarcation has been placed, okay, then a person becomes eternal. Then...
Quando essa linha de demarcação é feita, aí a pessoa becomes eternal, se torna eterna.
Yeah, you are eternal because you have a line of demarcation, right?
Então a gente se torna eterno por ter conseguido essa linha de demarcação.
You see, I am real, Denize is relative, right?
Eu sou real, Denize é relativa.
I am permanent, Denize is temporary.
Eu sou permanente, Denize é temporária.
I am indestructible, Denize is destructible. Denize is subject to death.
Eu sou indestrutível e a Denize é destrutível.
I am absolutely still and solid, and Denize is continuously changing.
Eu sou permanentemente parada e concreta, e a Denize é permanentemente em mudança.
Everything that I see within Denize is continuously changing, is it not?
Tudo que eu vejo na Denize está continuamente mudando. Yes.
Is there anything that is... Yes. So therefore, the knower of that, only the real, the one who has known the real, only the one who has known the real can know the relative.
Só aquele que conhece o real consegue conhecer o relativo.
Known the real. To know the real means to experience the real, you see? Experience the real.
Conhecer o real significa experienciar o real.
Only the one who has experienced the real can know the relative. You see, can know the relative. And to know the relative is to know that it is destructible, changing, and of very relative value only, no real value.
Então, só aquele que experienciou, que conheceu o real, consegue perceber o relativo e o valor que é relativo, mutável do relativo.
So in that which is relative, we do not place any real value. You see, in that.
Então, naquele que é o relativo, a gente não coloca muito valor.
You see, people of the world believe that. Let me just mute everyone. Continue, and then now I unmute you, my dear. Okay. People of the world continue to believe the relative to be real.
As pessoas do mundo continuam achando que o relativo é real. You know, Beatriz, raise hand.
Okay, Beatriz.
Quem é Beatriz? Você quer fazer alguma pergunta, Beatriz?
Beatriz, yes, there she is. Let me just see. All right, spotlight Beatriz.
Não, então, it was by mistake.
By mistake, okay.
You made.
All right, okay. No, I was trying to, because I thought she was trying to say something. Here, by the way, let them know, we are going into the discussion of the 5 Agnas. It's perfectly, you already know the outlines and some details of the 5 Agnas. Here we are going into further depths, so you're perfectly welcome to interrupt, or, this is, generally when the 5 Agnas are given.
A gente vai para 5 Agnas agora, e todo mundo já sabe as frases, né, das 5 Agnas, mas a gente quer ir mais profundo, e todo mundo é muito bem-vindo para interromper e fazer perguntas.
Yeah. So, generally when you were first given the 5 Agnas, you know that you listen to them very carefully so that the Gnani finishes them. But no, here we are now understanding the 5 Agnas, you see. And you've already...
Quando a gente está ouvindo o Gnani falar das 5 Agnas, a gente ouve e presta muita atenção. Mas agora a gente vai tentar entender as 5 Agnas.
It is because of this line of demarcation, my friends, that this knowledge, the self that was sleeping becomes awakened, you see. It is a self that was sleeping. S capital self is the ama, The S capital Self was sleeping before the Gnan Vidhi becomes awakened and becomes alive. The Self becomes alive, you see.
Então, por causa dessa linha de demarcação, que o ser com um S maiúsculo, que estava dormindo, ele desperta.
And
né?
that is,
Por causa do Gnan Vidhi, o ser despertou.
Yeah, what a beautiful line of demarcation has been accomplished, you see.
Que linha demarcatória linda que se conseguiu.
Because of this line, you see, this line is very precious.
Essa linha é muito...
Yes, what happened? Can you hear me?
Nothing.
This line is very precious, you see, this line is very, very precious. It is the most precious thing that allows us to apply our awakened awareness, you see, awakened awareness.
Essa linha é muito preciosa. Ela é que permite que a gente aplique a nossa consciência desperta.
And hence, this is the awakened awareness. You see, this awakened awareness is called Jagruti.
E essa consciência desperta se chama Jagruti.
Yeah, this awakened awareness allows you to see the real, the self.
Ela permite que a gente consiga ver o real.
You see, and you see, the line of demarcation is an absolute line. It is an absolute line, and therefore it keeps all the clashes and the fights away. You see, any kind of clash, fight, turmoil, conflict is gone because of this line of demarcation, you see.
Com essa faixa, com essa linha de demarcação, todos os atritos, todas as brigas, todas as dificuldades ficam separadas.
You see, this, as you all know, is impossible. Otherwise, to happen through the efforts of one's own intellect or one's own spiritual efforts, it is not.
O que
possible.
É impossível através de só esforço intelectual
You see, so with
e terreno relativo.
So along with this 5 Agnas, the 5 Agnas come into operation because of the line of demarcation, you see.
As 5 Agnas entram em operação por causa dessa linha demarcatória.
Yeah, they come into operation because of this, and therefore, you see, now you're able to see it as it is. You see, you're able to.
E aí agora a gente consegue ver como é realmente.
I am the self. This is relative. You see.
Eu sou o ser e isso é relativo.
And in the relative is the entire mind, speech, and body complex of Denize, of Denize, of Caio, of Beatrice. You see, the entire.
E nesse. I got lost. Sorry.
In the relative is the entire mind, speech, and body complex of Denize or Caio. You see, in the relative.
No relativo está todo o complexo mente, fala e corpo da Denize, do Denize, do Caio.
So the self, the real has been attained. The relative is there in front, okay? In front of me. In front is another very beautiful word that you need to understand. In front, not within, but in front.
E aí o real está na minha frente.
But in front, okay? Within, of course, is for you to see, but it is actually in front. Whatever you see that is happening is really happening in front of me. It is in front of me.
Então, porque o ser relativo, ele está em frente de mim. Nós usualmente falamos dentro, a alma pura dentro de cada um, mas na verdade tudo que acontece no relativo está na nossa frente.
Yeah. My,
A alma pura, the pure soul is the one who sees and knows.
yes, that is who
Que a alma
I
pura é
am.
aquela que vê e sabe o que está acontecendo na frente.
That is who I am. With the Agnas, I am the pure soul. You see,
As Agnas, eu sou a alma pura.
yes, and in front of me is the relative. In front of
E em
me,
frente de mim está o relativo.
you see, in front of me is this relative, and in this entire relative, now, how does it operate? You see, is the next
Em
question.
frente de mim está todo. Nós vamos ver como isso tudo acontece, como isso opera.
And this Agna 3, okay, comes in with reference to how does the relative operate? You see, what
E
is
Agna 3 está como o relativo opera.
Agna 3 now gives you the exact understanding of what is running this relative world, on what basis.
Agna 3 dá para nós o entendimento de o que realmente governa o mundo.
You and I have come into the Shuddhatma state, the pure soul state, you see.
Que a gente chegou no nível de Shuddhatma, no
pure soul state.
O estado de alma pura.
Yeah. My pure soul state is absolute knowledge, vision and bliss only. Absolute knowledge, vision and bliss.
Que é o estado de absoluto conhecimento, visão e bem-aventurança.
And that bliss is absolute, the knowledge is absolute, and the vision is absolute. You see, that is.
E aquela bem-aventurança é absoluta, o conhecimento é absoluto e a visão é absoluta.
What it says is that in this worldly interaction, I am not doing anything. That is who I am, you see?
E dessa forma,
Denize?
Yes?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can. I keep on getting the signals that my internet connection is unstable, and I'm surprised.
Sometimes you cut a little.
I am back in the home in Florida. It shouldn't happen. Give me 1 minute. I need to go check and see what's happening to the to the modem. Okay, because I only returned last night from Houston. So hold on. Okay, hold on.
Okay. Ele vai dar uma olhada, ele está recebendo sinal que toda hora que a internet dele está ruim, e ele chegou de Houston ontem à noite, está na Flórida, na casa dele, não devia estar acontecendo isso, ele quer dar uma olhadinha no modem e pediu licença para a gente. Você vê que a minha voz não voltou direito ainda, hein, Cecília?
Quer que eu faça, Adi? Quer que eu faça esse
Não, tá ótimo. Não, tô conseguindo fazer, imagina. Mas é impressionante como não demorou, tá demorando. My voice started going down bad in the airplane to Houston. And till now it's not good enough, you know?
Okay.
Errou caindo para Houston e até agora ainda tá meio capenga a minha voz. Okay.
All right. So well, here the lights are green on the modem, so I will try to fix it in the interval. But anyway, reset it sometimes helps. Agna 3, therefore, it says, and this is very important, please focus on these sentences of the other. I am the absolute.
Muito importante. Então, por favor, isso é muito importante. Então, por favor, prestem atenção nessas frases.
This says that I am the absolute knower seer in perfect continuous bliss, okay?
Eu sou aquele que vê e sabe e estou permanentemente em bem-aventurança.
In that which is happening, I am not doing anything. Absolutely not, okay?
Naquilo que está acontecendo, eu não faço nada.
In that which is happening, I am not doing anything by even the at the level of even a subatomic particle. I am absolutely separate, and that is the line of demarcation, you see?
Eu estou completamente separado. Então, tudo que está acontecendo, eu estou completamente separado de tudo que está acontecendo.
And now it is extremely important, my friends, to understand that in that vision, you see, this is the vision. This is the exact vision. Here I am with my bliss, knowing and seeing state. In my knowing, seeing state, all right? In my knower seer state, I need to now understand what is happening and how whatever is happening in front of me is happening. You see, this is what I need to understand.
Eu, no meu estado de que sabe, de que vê e sabe, eu preciso entender o que está acontecendo. I need to understand what's happening.
I need to understand what is running this relative world. You see, this relative world.
Eu preciso entender o que governa esse mundo relativo.
You see, up until now, we used to have all kinds of confusions about who is the doer. Sometimes you'll say, I am doing it. Sometimes you'll say, the other person is doing it. At other times, you'll say, God is doing this thing, you see. So
até agora a gente viveu muita confusão com relação a isso, achando que eu estou fazendo isso, que fulano está fazendo isso, Deus está fazendo aquilo.
You see, and this used to be the case when there was no line of demarcation, when I had not come into the exact awareness and the experience of who I am in all of this. Now this is
Isso
already...
é quando a gente estava vivendo sem essa linha de demarcação.
And after this demarcation, only I need to understand now that all of this confusion about who is the doer, who is doing it, has to be absolutely resolved, you see. And it is not just enough to know who I am. I also need to know who is going to run the world of Shuddha, who is going to run the world of Denize, you see. That is very
important. E não é suficiente só saber quem eu sou. É importante saber quem governa tudo isso, quem governa a Denize, quem governa o Shuddha, quem governa esse mundo relativo.
Yeah, and it is on that basis, therefore, you see, that Dadashri comes and tells us that in this world there is no independent doer. So now this is the first...
E é com base nisso que o Dada vem e diz para nós que nesse mundo...
In all that is happening, there is no independent doer at all, okay? There is
não tem fazedor independente de forma alguma.
There is no independent doer. Only scientific circumstantial evidences runs this world that is in front of me. And this world is first...
As evidências científicas circunstanciais que governam esse mundo que está na nossa frente.
And Dadashri calls it Vyavasthit Shakti. Dadashri calls, in Gujarati, he calls it the energy of Vyavasthit. Vyavasthit Shakti. Everybody knows this word, right?
E o Dada chama essas evidências científicas circunstanciais em Gujarati de Vyavasthit Shakti.
You see? Yeah, and all the worldly interactions are actually governed and run are run by scientific circumstantial evidences, you see. All of
E
this.
todo mundo é governado por essas evidências científicas circunstanciais.
Yeah, that which is happening to the mind, that which is happening to the body, that which is happening to these words, and within.
Isso é o que está acontecendo com a mente, é o que está acontecendo com a fala, é o que está acontecendo com o corpo.
And all of this, therefore, and in addition, all of this that is happening to this mind, speech, and body is actually in the form of a discharge. It is discharging, you see. It is
E tudo isso que está acontecendo está na forma de descarga.
Yeah, let me mute everyone again. Some phones coming in. Okay, now it is whatever that's happening to this body complex, and this is actually discharging. Not only it is governed by scientific circumstantial evidences, but it is also discharging. Okay?
Então, tudo que está acontecendo é, além de ser governado pelas evidências científicas circunstanciais, é também uma descarga.
Discharge means there are two words. There is discharge and there is charge. Charge means a new cause, and discharge means effect, or it is simply the effect of cause. You see, so it is simply discharging whatever is happening through this mind, speech, and body, and to this mind, speech, and body is simply discharging.
Então, tudo que está acontecendo nessa mente, fala e corpo é descarga. Existe a carga também, que e a descarga são os efeitos. A carga é feita é o que existe primeiro e a descarga é o efeito.
Yeah, and it is important to know that in this line of demarcation, therefore, everything that is in front of me, everything that is in front of me, okay, is simply discharging, and nothing new, absolutely nothing new is charging. There is nothing new that is being created, you see.
E agora a gente precisa ter clareza de que tudo que está acontecendo na nossa frente é descarga e nada está sendo carregado.
Yeah, these are all fundamental principles of Agna 3 that you need to really get very clear. You see, this entire...
São os fundamentos principais da Agna 3 que a gente precisa ter muita clareza.
Since the beginning of time, this world and this universe of ours is run by this energy of scientific circumstantial evidences only, okay? Vyavasthit Shakti, you see?
Desde o início do mundo, esse mundo é governado pelas evidências científicas circunstanciais.
It keeps the entire universe Vyavasthit, exact and correct, you see? Exact and correct. The solar system... Vyavasthit
governa tudo, o sistema solar é o correto.
You see, the other meaning of the word Vyavasthit, the traditional meaning of the word Vyavasthit, okay, means exact and orderly, okay? This is like, this is what it means, orderly, in order.
Outro significado de Vyavasthit é exatamente e ordenadamente.
Yeah, it is, without this exact line of demarcation, you see, and the vision that arises through the separation in the line of demarcation, it is impossible to understand the exactness of Vyavasthit.
Então, sem essa linha de demarcação, fica impossível entender Vyavasthit, essa exatidão e essa ordenação.
Yeah, you try to understand Vyavasthit in this mixture, you see, you try to understand through the intellect of Caio or Marco or Santana, you will not understand Vyavasthit. It is you and I are able to understand Vyavasthit and the Agna of Vyavasthit through the vision of the self. Eu sou alma pura, Shuddha.
Então, se a gente tentar entender Vyavastiti através do Caio, da Denize, da visão relativa, a gente não vai conseguir. Vyavastiti só é possível ser entendido através da visão do ser.
Yeah, this Vyavasthit is a vision. Vyavasthit is a darshan. Vyavasthit is a view.
Vyavastiti é uma visão, é um darshan.
Vyavasthit is a knowledge.
Conhecimento.
Yeah, that arises in front of the awakened one, you see, in front of the enlightened.
Surge na frente daquele que despertou.
Yeah. You see, this one who has been absolutely and permanently removed from the relative, you see. Not a single property of my is in I, and not a single property of I is in my. You see?
Que o ser relativo ele foi completamente separado, não tem nada mais misturado de eu e meu.
Yeah, there's not a single property of my. My means.
E uma outra propriedade de.
My means relative and I means real. You see?
O meu significa relativo. O eu é o absoluto.
Is in I. You see, I is real. So not a single property. Not a single property. Forget about. And the properties arise from the matter. You see, from the original element. You see. So not a single property of I is in my. And
nenhuma propriedade do meu está no eu.
And this exact, and not a single property of I is in my. You see, this is the exact line of demarcation.
Eu está no meu.
And this is the exact line of demarcation. And my dear friends in Brazil, without this line of demarcation, the Agna applications are going to be all mixed up. You will not be able to understand the beauty of the Agnas, and therefore you will not be able to apply them properly. You see?
E é esse entendimento que vem com essa linha de demarcação, né? E sem essa linha de demarcação a gente não é capaz de ter um entendimento das Agnas.
Yeah, you see, so keep coming back to the line of demarcation and then see what is happening. To see what is happening is the beginning of bliss, you see.
Volte para a linha demarcatória para você conseguir ver o que está acontecendo.
And to see what is happening is the beginning. To see what is happening is the beginning of bliss, and to know what is happening is the establishment of bliss.
I'm so sorry.
To see, okay, let me go slowly. To see what is happening, okay? Let me write it down. To see.
Ver o que está acontecendo.
To see what is happening is the beginning of bliss, you see?
Ver o que está acontecendo é o começo da bem-aventurança.
Beginning of self-bliss, and to know what is happening, and to know
o que está acontecendo.
To know what is happening is the establishment of bliss, you see?
É o estabelecimento da bem-aventurança.
The happening is to be established as the blissful self, you see? Is to be established as established in self-bliss. I mean, to make it simple, I'm going to call it self-bliss. Self-bliss is bem-aventurança, okay?
Ele chama de self-bliss, bem-aventurança, né? Quando você sabe o que está acontecendo, você está num estado de bem-aventurança.
All right. So,
okay.
This is to see this. So now, on what basis, you see, this entire universe, the external universe, the solar system, everything is governed by, it was governed by scientific circumstantial evidences before our awakening, and in our awakening we are becoming aware that that is how it is, you see?
A Vyavastiti Shakti sempre governou o mundo, mesmo depois do nosso despertar, nós tomamos consciência de como o mundo é governado.
Yeah. Okay. So this here, this that is going on. You see this one here.
Sorry.
Yeah. This. You see this. I have been signed out. Cancel. I'm just going to but I have been for somebody else is trying to enter into this satsang as by signing in instead of just going straight into the link. Okay, but doesn't matter. Let's continue. Now you see, now then Dada comes to practical results. You see, he says
Aí o Dada, com isso ele veio com resultados práticos.
You see, the person who is the maid is coming in with a china set, you know, tea for the guests in a china tray, all sorts of china cups, and it breaks. You see, do you believe that the maid is breaking this deliberately? Obviously not. You see.
Então, por exemplo, a empregada veio servir um chá para você, para as visitas, num aparelho de chá chinês, e de repente isso cai e quebra. E você acredita que ela quebrou de propósito? Que ela que quebrou?
Who would break anything deliberately, you see?
Quem quebraria alguma coisa propositalmente?
The breakage on this world that we see all around us, the destruction that we see in
toda a destruição que a gente vê em volta,
all around us, is being done by Vyavasthit Shakti.
Isso vem sendo feito por Vyavasthit Shakti.
This is the energy of Vyavasthit. You see, this energy of Vyavasthit, if it does not break these glasses and these china sets, then what will happen to the factories? And what will happen to the people who work in the factories, etc., etc.
E se não quebrasse esse aparelho de chá, esse copo, o que seria das fábricas de aparelho de chá, das fábricas de copos, dos trabalhadores?
So therefore, initially, when some breakage or some damage, anything, breakage, damage, that which you hold valuable in the relative gets broken. A broken relationship. You thought this relationship was precious, you see, and it gets broken.
Tudo que acontece de quebrar nesse mundo relativo, as coisas valiosas que você tem, até um relacionamento que você tinha como valioso.
Yeah, whether it is a physical thing, or whether
uma coisa física,
or whether it is a connection with a human being, all of these things are broken.
Ou uma conexão com alguém.
And formed.
Tudo isso se quebram e se formam
by scientific circumstantial evidence energy.
Por energias de evidências científicas circunstanciais.
You know, I loved you, I cared for you, you know, I took care of you.
Eu te amei, eu cuidei de você.
I formed a relationship with you. This is all ignorance, you see.
Eu fiz uma relação com você. Isso tudo é ignorância.
If you were the creator of a relationship, you will not allow it to break or completely go away.
Se você fosse o criador do relacionamento, você não ia permitir que ele se quebrasse.
You see, so now there is this word equanimity, you see. And this equanimity.
E aí agora tem essa palavra equanimidade.
Equanimity remains with this simple word vyavasthit, you see. So any destruction, any damage, any loss in life, okay?
Então qualquer dano, qualquer perda, qualquer coisa na vida
is happening in the relative. There's real.
Acontecendo no relativo, real.
There is no loss, damage, or construction or deconstruction in the real. You see, it is always in the relative.
Não há perda, dano, construção ou demolição no real.
Yeah. So. And that which is constructed will demolish, you see.
Aquilo foi construído, pode ser demolido.
It has its own time. It has its
Tem seu tempo próprio.
It has its own program. That program
tem o seu próprio programa.
Is program is part of a discharging energy. let me again mute everyone, is part of a discharging energy,
E
okay?
esse programa faz parte de uma energia de descarga.
Yeah, it's a part of a discharging energy
É
that is
parte de
called.
uma energia de descarga.
Yeah, just understand that it is discharging in front of me, in
É uma
front of me,
descarga em frente a mim.
in front of me. In front of who? Then the answer is in front of eu sou. So the Amapura that I
Em
am.
frente de quem? Em frente de eu sou alma pura.
Not in front of Santana, not in front of Lucia or
Não em frente ao
Margarida.
Santana, ao Lúcio, à Margarida.
Yeah, it is discharging in front of the knower, you see.
É uma descarga em frente do que sabe.
It is discharging in front of the blissful one, you see.
Uma descarga em frente ao bem-aventurado.
It is discharging in front of the liberated one who is never ever going to be trapped in the relative because of this line of demarcation. You never get trapped into the relative because of this line of demarcation.
Você não vai mais ficar preso no relativo por causa dessa linha demarcatória. Cecília, você quer falar alguma coisa?
Sim.
Cecilia wants to say something.
Okay, Cecilia, my dear, go.
Hi, Shuddha. I made a question. I wrote it on the chat, but I don't know the perfect time. So just so that
go
right?
on. Go. Let's do it, because otherwise it will let us take care of the questions as they arise. Okay.
Good. It was about knowing and seeing, that you said that seeing starts the bliss, our experience of the bliss of the self, and by knowing, the experience of the bliss of the self is established. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. So
go on.
The difference between seeing and knowing, a little bit.
Okay.
A Cecília está querendo que ele fale um pouquinho mais sobre a diferença entre ver e conhecer saber.
Okay, so I'm just writing it down so that you will have it. Okay, so seeing is the vision that understands, and knowing is the vision that experiences, you see.
Sim, vendo é uma visão que compreende, que sabe, e conhecer é a visão da experiência.
Now, the reason I use, I correct that. The reason these words have arisen in front, it's not I'm saying those. The reason these words have arisen in front of us is because in the real, there is only the vision that takes us further into the self, you see. Only the vision.
Na realidade, o que existe é realmente só a visão que nos leva até o ser.
First you see.
Primeiro você vê.
First you see this line of demarcation, you see.
Primeiro você vê essa linha de demarcação.
First you see this relative, you see.
Primeiro você vê esse relativo.
See means you understand this relative. And notice that it is a U capital understanding. It is not a small u understanding. Small u understanding is the intellect.
E presta atenção que esse entender, conhecer é com C maiúsculo.
Yeah, this is the understanding that arises as the vision of who I am.
É o entendimento que surge com a visão de quem eu sou.
Who am I in all of these things, you see? Yeah, you see, and so am I doing anything? Something happened this morning, or it's happening right now.
Eu estou fazendo alguma coisa.
So this hand is moving. Am I doing anything in this moment of this hand?
Eu estou movendo essa mão. Eu estou fazendo alguma coisa com essa mão?
This mind is thinking. Am I doing anything in this mind that is thinking? You see?
Essa mente está pensando, sou eu que estou fazendo esse movimento com a minha mão?
This is the vision. You see, this is the vision.
Essa é a visão.
This is the comprende. This is the understanding.
Isso é o entendimento. É a compreensão.
This is what keeps you separate.
Isso é o que te mantém separado.
This is what keeps you in the Agna.
Isso é o que te mantém na Agna.
This is what keeps you in the Agna automatically.
Isso é o que te mantém na Agna automaticamente.
Do you have to do anything to be in Agna 1?
Temos que fazer alguma coisa para nos manter na Agna 1?
Do you have to do anything to be in Agna 1 vision? Yes,
temos que nos manter. O que nós temos que fazer para nos manter na Agna 1 da visão?
All that has happened is that the understanding has arisen through these magnificent words of Niruma and Dada. You see, that's all, right? Niruma, this is all. This is.
O que nós temos que fazer para ir nessa visão de Niruma e de Dada?
You see, these are the words. I'm bringing Niruma because she has put together 20 years of Gnan Vidhi, 5 Agnas, in words that we all can understand, you see. 20 years.
Niruma, ele está trazendo a Niruma porque que ela durante 20 anos ela fez todo esse trabalho para tornar inteligível as Agnas para nós.
Yeah, 20 years of sitting by Dada and listening,
sentadinha do lado do Dada, ouvindo,
being part of the Gnan Vidhi and also listening to his Agnas, and also
parte do Gnan Vidhi, ouvindo as Agnas.
And if necessary, when Dada was indisposed or was physically not able to, then she would give the Agnas and the Gnan Vidhi, you see.
E quando o Dada não estava disposto, ou não estava se sentindo bem, ela mesma ela ensinava as Agnas e dava o Gnan Vidhi.
The moment you begin to see the self in others, you begin your journey towards becoming the Lord God, the Paramatma, the Absolute Self, you see.
Na hora que você começa a ver a alma pura nos outros, você começa a se tornar Deus.
Easiest of all of these Agnas, my friends, Agna 1, 2 and 3 are easy if you are in this vision, you see.
But, se você está nessa visão, a Agna 1, 2 e 3, elas são fáceis.
However, at a lower level, Agna 3 application is when some breakage happens, when damage happens, when major breakage happens. At that time, you can say Vyavasthit if necessary, but don't say it with words. Just understand, say Vyavasthit, and immediately you will be shielded and sheltered. You see, you will be in equanimity. To be, okay?
E daí, no mundo, na vida terrena, quando algo acontece, a gente consegue pensar, não falar isso foi Vyavasthit, mas ter um entendimento de que isso foi Vyavasthit, que é o resultado.
Yeah. To be in equanimity means to be free from Artha and Raudra Dhyan. Two serious, okay.
Então, esse entendimento te traz equanimidade. E estar em equanimidade significa estar livre de Artha e Raudra Dhyan.
Artha means you are disturbed yourself only, nobody else is being disturbed. And Raudra means the files around get very disturbed, you see. You are disturbed, but also the files around get disturbed.
Então, o Artha significa que você está se disturbed. Que palavra seria legal?
Disturbance and clash in the self only, okay?
Você está se
perturbado.
Perturbado, boa.
Turbado.
Você está
turmoil.
The word
yes.
Que você está perturbando a si mesmo. E Raudra Dhyan é quando você está perturbando os outros.
Raudra, if you want to know the example of Raudra, is the fight, verbal fight at breakfast. That is called Raudra Dhyan.
Por exemplo, um exemplo de Raudra Dhyan é quando tem uma briga no café da manhã.
Yeah.
But even when you think, isn't Raudrajan?
No, if you think it's not Raudra Dhyan.
A gente pensa mal de alguém?
Thinking is not at all. Thinking is just a process of the mind. Being involved in the disturbance of the mind is called Artha Dhyan. You see?
But when you think badly about someone, isn't it Raudrajan?
No, you know.
Então eu esclareci uma coisa. Just let me talk to them. Eu achava, entendi que mesmo quando você tem pensamento, que é uma coisa da mente, mal de alguém, não é Artrajan. E Raudrajan é quando você expressamente, no café da manhã, por exemplo, você perturba os outros. Ok.
You ask if you are into a kashai, it is Raudra Dhyan. If you are into a kashai, it is Raudra Dhyan. You see?
Oh.
Yes, you see.
Se a gente está num kashai, a gente...
You see, the others and the self.
Raudrajan. So...
When others are visibly because you are disturbed, others around you also get disturbed and hurt. That is called Raudra Dhyan, you see.
Então, quando você está perturbado e você perturba os outros ao seu redor, isso é Raudrajan.
When you are planning deceit, when you are planning to hurt other people, when you have serious negative anger that that is going on around, and it is hurtful not only to yourself, but it is hurtful to the other person too, you see.
Então, quando você fica pensando e elaborando um jeito de ferir o outro, de se vingar, isso fere tanto você quanto o outro.
Meditation that is hurtful is called adverse meditation, you see.
Meditação que gera dor
is hurtful. If it hurts you only, if it hurts you only,
meditação adversa.
You see, it hurts you only, it's called Artha Dhyan.
Se fere só você, é Artha Dhyan.
And if it hurts, both of them are meditations only. They are internal states, you see.
As duas são meditações, são estados internos.
But it is one that is, it doesn't remain internal. It comes into the speech and then it creates, you see, and then it comes into the body, and your body language turns into that of an angry man or an angry woman. It has turned into Raudra Dhyan. You see, other person can see.
Quando se torna em ação e vai para o seu corpo e você tem ações que perturbam você e perturbam outras pessoas, isso se torna Raudra Dhyan.
Ask any man. He doesn't need to know and look at the face of the wife in order to know that she is angry. He can feel it the moment he enters the home.
Para qualquer homem, ele olhando para o rosto da esposa, ele já sabe se ela está brava.
Yes, you see, and the same with the woman. She will know what's going on. He doesn't need.
E a mesma coisa com a mulher, ela sabe o que está acontecendo.
This is the nature of dhyan. This is the nature of meditation.
Essa é a natureza do dhyan.
My dear friends in Brazil, you know,
Os amigos do Brasil.
We have been permanently and eternally lifted up from these two negative meditations, you see.
E nós nos tornamos permanentemente, nos elevamos acima desse estado de meditação.
Yeah, we have been permanently left. And to believe that this is happening to me is to totally put your foot on the agnas of Dada, you see. Put your foot on to walk over the agnas of Dada and jump into the hell hole of file 1, you see.
What?
Okay. To believe this is happening to me is to miss the agnas, you see.
Então, acreditar que isso está acontecendo com você é escapar, perder as 5 agnas.
Yeah. You know, we have a saying, to put your foot on something. When you put your foot on something, that means you're walking over something. That means you're not respecting it, you see.
Então, quando você põe os pés em alguma coisa, quando você está andando sobre alguma coisa, você não está respeitando aquilo.
If you respect something, you lift it up and put it here, you see. You'll put it here.
Se você respeita alguma coisa, você levanta ela e põe aqui.
If you don't respect it, you'll kick it with your feet, you see. You kick it with your feet.
E se você não respeita, você chuta com seu pé.
You see, the very same location that has become the location for scorn and disrespect. You see, you use the foot to kick. You see, you use your foot to kick. You see, to reject. That same location becomes the place of worship. The same location becomes.
Então, o mesmo lugar que você usa para chutar alguém, né? Você coloca o pé chutando alguém, é o mesmo lugar onde você usa para fazer adoração. Devoção.
In the awakened one, you see, we touch the foot of the Gnani.
No desperto, no ser desperto, a gente toca o pé do Gnani.
Why? Because the self has arisen and spread all over. You see, there's only the self there. You see, only the self.
Porque o ser surgiu e está sobre todo ele.
My Gnani is myself. I cannot visualize the beauty of that self, and that is why I have my Gnani as myself, and I have his feet at my highest location.
It's cutting a little. It's cutting and I got lost.
My Gnani is myself. Because I cannot recognize the beauty of the self that I am, I hold my Gnani as myself, you see?
Então eu entendo o Gnani como o meu ser, e como eu não consigo ver a beleza do meu ser, eu seguro a imagem do Gnani e ponho na minha testa.
Now we have a long question from Denize, and let's see here.
A gente tem uma pergunta comprida do Denize.
And we have not entered into the Agnas at all yet, but you know, Agnas can continue. Agnas are so beautiful. Our satsangs in Agnas can continue.
A gente não entrou ainda nas Agnas, ficamos só na terceira, mas as Agnas podem continuar.
And Shuddha, what about knowing?
Yeah, the knowing part, you see, comes after the seeing. If it's only when you see that you will know. If it is only when you understand that you experience, you see.
Então, só depois que você vê, que você conhece.
You know,
Conhecer vem só depois que você vê.
You know, we pass, even in the relative world, we pass through so many experiences. But if we do not pay attention, we are not seeing that experience, and therefore we will not really experience it. You see?
Então a gente passa, mesmo na vida relativa, por tantas experiências, e se a gente não vê, a gente efetivamente não toma conhecimento daquelas experiências.
You see, somebody gives you a fruit.
Por exemplo, alguém te dá uma fruta.
And he has chosen that fruit from the market. You see?
Ele escolheu aquela fruta no mercado.
If he has paid attention,
se ele tivesse
he has seen it and then he has experienced it. He knows how to select the fruit, and therefore when he gives you the fruit, that fruit has extra value, you see.
Ele escolheu aquela fruta especialmente para você. Quando ele te dá, essa fruta tem um valor especial.
That person has selected it through his examination, seeing and knowing, and then he has given it to you, you see.
A pessoa escolheu aquela fruta com a sua capacidade de ver e conhecer.
Whereas many people just simply go to the market and they just put whatever they can pick without even knowing what they are picking, you see.
Muitas pessoas vão no mercado e simplesmente vão colocando sem nem prestar atenção no que estão escolhendo.
Yeah, that is the difference. You see, in the relative world also, the seeing means understanding allows you to experience it. If you do not understand
mesmo no mundo relativo, a visão, o ver, permite você conhecer.
In the relative world, to hurt, the understanding is that if I hurt someone, I'm hurting myself. That is the understanding, you see.
E o entendimento é que se eu firo alguém, eu estou ferindo a mim mesmo.
And then that becomes the experience. The experience is, therefore, I do not want to hurt someone, you see.
E isso se torna experiência. Eu não quero ferir ninguém.
In the real world, therefore, in the real world,
no mundo real,
the only understanding and the experience is through these understandings and of the five Agna that we are into right now. You know, my dear Cecilia, do you understand?
Nossa experiência agora é sempre através do entendimento das 5 Agnas.
Yeah,
Entendeu,
it is.
Cecília?
Yeah, right. Okay, my dear. Thank you. I saw. All right. So now we will come to Denise's questions. Shall we want to take a break and then do it, or what shall we do? Is it 1 hour already?
Yes.
Okay. So let us take a break.
We have half an hour now from satsang, okay?
Yeah, because Shuddha was not careful and he missed the half an hour. I was up, but I was not paying attention. See, this is what
It happens.
You have a sit.
Yeah.
Yes, and Shuddha, there's a question from Magdalena too, right?
Magdalena. So we come back after 5 minutes, all right? 5 minutes? All right.
Okay. Muito figura.
All right.
Deixa eu ver se a criatura...
અડધો કલાક મોડો પડ્યો. I think એ લોકો અડધા કલાક પહેલા રાખ્યો હતો. એ લોકો છે ને 10 મને યાર આ ચિત નથી રહેતું, you know. મને થયું કે ગઈકાલે એકચ્યુઅલી ઇટ વોઝ અડધો કલાક. ગઈકાલે હું ટાઈમસર હતો, પણ આ બધું ત્યાંના અહીંયા ટાઈમમાં મિક્સઅપ થઈ ગયું. 9:30 હતું, ખબર છે? ગઈકાલે હું 9:30 હે 8:30 હતો ને? હા, તો આજે મારે 9:30 હોવું છે ને, તો હું 10 વાગે જોઈન થયો. એ લોકો 10 સાથે. હા, હું 10 વાગે જોઈન થયો એ લોકો સાથે. 10 વાગ્યા 11 વાગ્યા. હા, એટલે એ લોકો 1-1.5 કલાક થઈ ગઈ ને એ લોકો માટે. અત્યારે 11 વાગ્યા. I need something. ગરમ પાણી છે? મારા ઇન્ટરનેટ કેમ અનસ્ટેબલ છે? I'm getting unstable. 2-3 messages આવ્યા. My internet is unstable.
Just get the other one.
Are you in satsang or are you browsing?
No, I'm in satsang, Vinod.
Oh, you're able to see it?
I can't see it because you didn't give me the...
Okay, got it.
So I can't see it.
Okay. You can see it later.
If you give me the number, then I can plug in.
No, અત્યારે unstable છે એટલે આપણે નથી કરવું. તો હું તને આપું.
Okay. Você não deixou muito quente o ar-condicionado? Zé, que bonitinho. Aquele quarto é frio.
Neotemis.
Okay. Can you hear me? Oops. Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So let's go. Where do you want to go now? If we go to Dennis, or Dennis has a question, right?
Yes, Dennis has a very big question.
Okay. Dennis, go.
Então vamos lá, Dennis, fala. Tira do mute, Dennis.
Hi, Dennis. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Jai Sachidanand. Okay.
Você fala em português e depois em inglês, tá bom, Dennis?
Ok. A pessoa A vai viver por 80 anos. Está previsto que ela encontre a pessoa B ainda não nascida em 20 anos, pois ambas têm uma conta kármica entre elas. O que ocorreria com esta pessoa A, caso a pessoa B, que está vivendo a sua encarnação atual, mas ainda não é a verdadeira A, se ela se autorrealize, morra, volte e encontre a pessoa A como estava previsto. Essa pessoa B não será a mesma, pois ela se autorrealizou. Como é que ficam as evidências nesse caso? Haverá alguma mudança no desenrolar da vida do indivíduo A? Okay, in English. The individual A will live for 80 years, and it's programmed that he will meet the individual time. A karmic account between them. What would happen with this individual A in case the individual B, who is living in his former incarnation, if he gets self-realized, dies and returns to this world? This individual B will not be the same once he got self-realized. What happens with the program evidences? Will it have an impact on the individual A life as the evidences change?
The evidences are continuously changing.
As evidências estão continuamente mudando.
This example of the 80-year-old man living with say 70-year-old lady, but the 80-year-old man dies and the 70-year-old woman continues to live another 10-20 years, you see, as a widow. This example that is given in the Agnas is mainly and expressly mainly for the purpose of not trying to improve the other person.
Esse exemplo, você traduz, Denis.
Porque esse exemplo não é para melhorar a vida da outra pessoa.
You see, like the whole idea is that the couple, you know, when they get married, after marriage, before marriage, they are so much in quote unquote love. They do not see the faults, but immediately soon after marriage, they start seeing the faults of the partner. You see, and they start seeing the faults.
Eles nem veem erro nos outros. Depois que casam, just mention. We need translation. depois que casa, aí começa a ver erro de monte no outro.
By the way, this is the example in the detailed Agnas that are given in a very fast manner in Gujarati, essentially addressing the couple that is sitting in front of the Gnani, because the Gnani likes to have a couple in front of them when they're giving file 1, file 2 examples, you see.
E esse exemplo foi dado pelo Dada para o casal que estava sentado em frente a ele quando ele estava ensinando as Agnas. Eles sempre gostam de um casal para explicar as Agnas, para falar do arquivo 1 e arquivo 2.
And this Gnan that is received by the couple is received in the middle of their marriage somewhere. So, but their discharging prakrutis continue to be loaded with kashais that are the accounts from a previous life. So they continue to have conflicts with each other, even though they are Mahatmas, you see.
Esse casal recebeu o Gnan Vidhi no meio do processo de casamento deles, né? Mas eles vão continuar tendo descargas kármicas, eles vão continuar tendo atritos e tendo os efeitos do karma deles.
Yeah, so they will continue because of the nature of their prakriti to find faults with each other, and the woman will try to continue to improve him, and the man in return will try to continue to improve him. You see, her. You see.
E aí faz parte do prakruti deles, né? Porque a mulher vai continuar querendo melhorar o marido e o marido vai continuar querendo melhorar a mulher.
And our Gnani Purush Dadashri is saying that really this is a file to be settled with equanimity. Do not try. What you got is what you got. You cannot change it. This is the built up of the Prakriti, you see. And you will have to settle that account with equanimity. That's all. Don't try to change her. Don't try to improve her. Okay?
Então, o Dada diz que não adianta, o pacote que você recebeu é o que você tem que ficar e que você tem que resolver isso com equanimidade. Não tenta mudar ele, não tenta mudar ela.
So even if supposing, and it's classically, it is usually the woman who is trying to improve her man. You see,
Normalmente é a mulher querendo melhorar o homem. I don't know.
This is usually, you're not chewing your food properly. Why are you doing
dizendo
this? Yeah, the old woman will say, you're not chewing your food properly. You come on, pick up the plate and take care of it. Your room is dirty, etc. Continuously trying to improve him only. You see, continuously.
Ela está sempre pegando no pé dele para ele melhorar. Leva o prato, seu sapato não está bem arrumado, você tem que fazer isso.
You have to look around only, even if it does not happen in your home. Look around, you'll see it everywhere.
Então veja ao seu redor, veja se não está acontecendo no seu próprio lar. Isso acontece em todo lugar.
And say the old man dies. Now he is older than her. He is 10 years older. He dies. Is 10 years older. He dies, and he immediately takes birth. Now the woman lives another 10 years. So now they're 10 and 10 is 20 years. The old man has already been born. The woman gets born, takes a new birth after 20 years, okay? Now the man, when he is 20 or 30, she still be a baby. You see, when she gets born, she's only a baby, you see, in the next life.
Nossa, I got lost in this dying and reborn.
Okay, rebirthing.
Okay. Ele começou a falar de conta de nasceu e morreu.
Let us see the couple. The couple, the old man is 80, okay?
Então o homem tem 80 and he dies.
Yes, he dies.
E aí ele morreu.
And the old woman is 70 and she is living, all right?
E a mulher tem 70 e ela está vivendo.
And she dies at the age of 90, right?
E ela morre com 90.
So now there is a 20 years difference between the two. He takes birth.
E agora tem diferença de 20 anos entre eles, né? Porque ele morreu com 80 e imediatamente nasceu.
So now,
e ela morreu com 90, daí nasceu imediatamente. Então tem 20 anos de diferença entre eles.
In the next life, by the time she is born, he is already 20 years old, right?
Quando ela nasce, ele já tem uns 20 anos de idade.
Now, even if the logic here is, the appeal here is saying, supposing you have even managed to improve him by the time he dies, suppose, okay?
Então suponha que ele tenha melhorado um pouco antes de morrer.
You know, so he has, you know, you have created a better human being, you see?
E aí, de uma certa forma, você criou um ser humano melhor.
By the time you become 20, he would have become 40 years old. Do you think he's going to wait around for you to become 20 years old, or is he going to go and get married?
Na hora que você chegar aos 20, ele já está com 40. Você acha que ele vai ficar te esperando?
And so, you know, all your efforts at improving him go to waste. That was it.
Então, todo o teu esforço para melhorá-lo foi perda de tempo.
Because he goes to someone else. This is how
ele foi para outra pessoa.
And unnecessarily you have created so much kashai, so much artha.
Desnecessariamente você criou tantos kashais, tantos artradhyans.
So much artha and raudradhyan, so much, you know, and for yourself, which will take you into, you know,
você,
which will carry with you in the next life, you see.
Você vai carregar isso para sua próxima vida.
So the message is improve your small SCLF. Don't try to improve anyone else. That is the message.
Então a mensagem é melhore você mesmo, não. But about the discharge karma, he won't need to discharge with her. He may discharge that karma with other person. Então, eu estou perguntando, talvez tenha sido o que o Denize perguntou. Então, a descarga kármica, daquele karma que ele causou com aquela pessoa, ele pode descarregar com outra pessoa?
Karma was discharged for the old man when he left his body in this life, and the new karmas that were created in this life will discharge in his next life. That's all. You see, karma is created through kashais. It is not created through what you do or you don't.
Então, o karma que ele encerra os karmas quando ele morreu, e ele vai passar a viver os karmas que ele criou nessa vida, ele vai passar a viver os karmas que ele criou na vida anterior.
The karma is created through the wrong belief that
criado pelos
I
kashais.
am this body and I am doing this. You see, karma is created because...
É criado pela crença errada de que eu sou esse corpo, eu sou essa pessoa.
Karma is created because you do not apply. Karma is created because you do not understand who is running this non-self complex.
Karma é criado porque você não entende quem governa esse complexo de mente, fala e corpo.
Karma is created because you do not understand this non-self complex that is in front of you, made up of subatomic particles that have been charged and are discharging in this life. That's all. Subatomic particles charge in the last life, discharging through the batteries of mind.
Isso está acontecendo porque na vida passada foi criado partículas subatômicas, foram carregadas na vida anterior e que vão ser descarregadas nessa
karma. And you and I have been completely and absolutely removed from this discharge.
Nós estamos completamente removidos dessa descarga.
And this discharge is considered discharge when you are in the vision of the 5 Agnas. You see, when you're in the
vision. É considerado descarga quando você está na visão das 5 Agnas.
Then it is called exact discharge. When you see it as discharge, it is discharged under the influence of scientific circumstantial evidences. It is no one is doing this. It's not Denize who is doing it. It is not other person is doing it. There is no doer in here. It is evidences that are making it happen.
E daí tá tendo a descarga com as 5 Agnas, com a visão de que isso é Vyavastiti. Não tem ninguém fazendo.
Não
tem fazedor.
This is why it is so absolutely important, my friends, to understand this Agna of Vyavastiti.
Por isso é tão importante entender essa Agna de Vyavastiti Shakti.
Let me come back to Denize and see if he has still got any questions. It was only trying to apply the logic really it is actually more to understand. When you are applying the Agna of Vyavasthit, the scientific circumstantial evidence is the doer, then there is really no one to improve and there is no one to...
Então, quando você está aplicando a Agna Vyavasthit, você chega, conclui que não tem nada para ser melhorado e nada para ser piorado.
Not only you stop improving the other person, but you stop improving all your attempts at improving the self also. What are you going to do? This is also part of the discharge of scientific circumstantial evidences that is unfolding in front of you, you know. Understand.
Então, tudo que está acontecendo é simplesmente parte de Vyavasthit. Tudo que está descortinando à sua frente é parte de Vyavasthit. São efeitos. Não tem o que melhorar.
You are not to improve Denize anymore. You are only to apply the Agna.
Você não melhora o Denize mais. Você aplica as Agnas.
You are to see Denize through the vision of who you are. You see, you are to see Denize through the vision.
Tem que ver o Denize com a visão de quem você é.
Yeah, you see Denize through the vision of the non-doer, and then there is no Denize left. Denize is the ignorance complex, and you are the knowledge complex. That's all.
Você vai ver o Denize com a visão daquele que não é o fazedor.
And Denize is the ignorance complex, you see.
E o Denize é o complexo. É o complexo da ignorância.
And you are the Gnan complex, you see.
E você é o complexo do conhecimento.
You are the knowledge complex now, the knowledge or the Gnan complex. And
o complexo do conhecimento.
The more you are in the Gnan complex, the one who says I am Denize will vanish, you see.
Aquele que diz que é o Denize vai desaparecer.
The one who is in ignorance, the ignorant middleman will vanish, and that is the whole goal of the 5 Agnas. You see?
Aquele que é o ser relativo, aquele que desaparece. Esse é a meta da Agna.
So therefore, the Gnan prevails over Agnan. Agnan means lack of knowledge. You said Gnan is 5 Agnas. 5 Agnas is Gnan. 5 Agnas prevail over...
As 5 Agnas são Gnan. Elas prevalecem sobre o Agna, que é o não conhecimento.
Agnan means being drawn into the world of the doer, you see.
Agnan significa ficar naquele mundo.
The doer, the blamer, the fault finder, the blaming. The moment you become the doer, you...
O fazedor, aquele que culpa, aquele que acha o que os outros estão fazendo.
The moment you become the doer, you will automatically be drawn into attachment and aversion reactions, rag, dvesh, kashais, and fault finding, you see? Finding faults with others.
Assim que você sai das Agnas, você cai nos kashais. Com apego, com aversão, com tudo isso.
Agnan means the world of kashais, nothing else, you see, kashai. You see, the body...
Agnan significa o mundo dos kashais.
Agna, the body is not the problem. This physical body is not the problem.
O corpo não é o problema.
It is the one who has this wrong beliefs about this body is the one that is part of the ignorance, and that needs to be given the light of the 5 Agnas only. See?
É aquele que acredita que vê o corpo como ser que está preso nesse entendimento errado, que tem esse Agnan. Você quer me completar, Denize?
Não, tudo bem que você falou.
Okay. All right, Denize. So it was only that long example was to kind of put a little joke in it, you see, so that the 5 Agnas become more palatable, you know, to make it funny a little bit, you know.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, so now
Shuddha falou que falou essas coisas todas para tornar as 5 Agnas mais palatável, mais humor,
Yeah.
com um pouco mais de humor. Eles adoram fazer humor sobre casal, é incrível.
Niruma, when she was giving Agna, she would literally become an actress and, you know, make everyone laugh quite a bit. You see,
Quando a Niruma dava as Agnas, ela virava uma atriz, ela fazia todo mundo rir.
especially she would try to act the roles of the man and the woman, you see, in the home, you see, and how they fight.
Principalmente quando ela interpretava o papel do homem e da mulher, como eles brigavam entre si.
You know, and you know, joke around, because you see, we can relate to this because it happens to us at the kitchen table, at the dining
Isso
table.
acontece com a gente na mesa de almoço, de refeição.
Day in and day out with our sticky files, you see, and that is where the
Dia
real,
sim, dia não, com os arquivos grudentos.
and those files are sticky because we applied the heavy glue last life, you see, heavy glue.
E esses arquivos são grudentos porque a gente colocou neles uma cola bem pesada.
My man, my husband,
Meu homem, meu
mine,
marido.
mine, you see, mine. Well, your mind is not your own. How can you call the other human being complex yours? Your mind is not yours. You see, you know, even your mind does not.
Mano seu.
Yeah, you see, and yet you see this wide tentacles. It's like an octopus. Octopus has only eight, you know, places.
Arms.
Where it
Estou falando, essa parece como um polvo, um octopus, que ele tem 8 braços.
But this minus is 64 times 64 tentacles going in so many directions.
Mas essa mente tem 64 vezes 64 tentáculos.
Yeah, you see, my dear friends in Brazil, you know, just think of the amazing grace that has happened through our Gnani Purush Dadashri for each one of us. You see, amazing grace.
Meus amigos do Brasil, vejam que graça aconteceu através do Dada Purush para cada um de nós.
This is grace beyond words. Even while looking at him, you know, you can talk to him. Even if you see him,
Uma graça das palavras.
even if you just see him and say, "Oh, Dada, you know, how can I ever repay you for where you have placed me? How can I ever
Que às
give
vezes
anything?"
você fala com ele, mesmo sem estar vendo ele.
And
Dada,
then,
como eu posso pagar de volta tudo isso que você me deu, né?
and then he says, "Just follow my 5 Agnas, be me in
E a
my Agnas,
resposta dele é só segue minhas 5
and
Agnas.
I will be very happy if you just do that." You see,
Se você fizer isso, só fizer isso, eu já vou estar muito feliz.
I plead with you. I beg you, please be in the Agnas. You see.
Eu imploro para você, fique nas 5 Agnas.
You see, it is out of tremendous amount of efforts of life after life after life of my own Purusharth that I have now filtered the extract of this liberation for you, and I'm giving it to you. You see, they filtered it.
Eu tive esforço infinito, vida após vida, para conseguir chegar nisso e poder dar isso para vocês.
I have filtered the purest extract of liberation.
Eu filtrei o puro extrato da libertação.
Of liberation for you. I'm giving it to you. This is who I am. You know,
a libertação que eu estou te dando é quem eu sou.
This is who I am, and you know, you be the moment you be in any one of these 5, I'm with you, and
no momento que você estiver em alguma dessas 5 Agnas, eu estou com você.
There will be no energy on this universe that can touch you if you are in my 5 Agnas, you see.
Não tem energia nesse mundo que pode te tocar se você está nessas 5 Agnas.
You see, this is, I know we need to go to Margarita's question. Let's go to Margarita, my dear. Oi, Margarita.
São da Margarida.
Where are you? Oh,
Tira do mundo, Margarida.
Okay. Yes,
eu escrevi.
Você escreveu?
Foi. Eu não estou lembrando tudo agora.
Deixa eu ver se eu acho aqui. Achei. Quais os sentimentos, sensação e emoção que você sente quando está nas 5 Agnas? as Agnas não nos afastam da pessoa que amamos por ela não estar no caminho, no mesmo caminho que nós. She wants to know how is the feeling, the emotion that you feel when you are in 5 Agnas. And the second question is, does the Agnas make us a part of who we are?
First, the second question was missed because of the internet connection, but let's just focus on the first one, okay?
Tá, ele perdeu a segunda questão por causa da conexão, mas vai focar na primeira questão, pelo menos.
What is the emotion that you feel when you're in the 5 Agnas? Interesting question. Interesting answers can be given.
Muito interessante pergunta, as respostas muito interessantes podem ser dadas.
Okay, interesting answers can be given, but you know, all emotions belong to Margarita. They belong to the non-self complex, you see. All feelings are of the non-self complex. The pure soul.
Todas as emoções pertencem a Margarida, são do complexo do não ser.
Yeah, so yes, beautiful emotions that will arise as we are in satsang, as we are in agnas, as we...
Então, muitas emoções boas, bonitas, vão surgir quando você está nas agnas, quando você está em satsang.
But you see, these emotions are called beautiful because they energize you for more of the same. You want to come in this direction. You want more and more of satsang, you see. You want more of the gnani.
E essa te traz o desejo de estar mais e mais em satsang, mais e mais junto ao Gnani.
You see, the Dada has a chapter on it. It is called Prashasta Raga. It is actually a kind of an attachment, you see, but it is attachment that liberates, you see. The emotion.
Essa emoção chama Prashasta Raga.
Attachment that liberates.
Que são emoções do não ser.
Yeah, these are beautiful emotions, you see.
São bonitas, né?
You get liberated from the loves of the relative world to be attached to the real love of your life, that is Dada.
São emoções e apegos que libertam.
Yeah, and Dada is, you know, you can look at Dada in so many ways, but ultimately Dada is the 5 Agnas, and beyond that Dada is Dada Bhagwan, the absolute self only, beyond the 5 Agnas, you see.
E essas, estar na Agnas é estar com Dada Bhagwan. Né? E Dada Bhagwan, na verdade, está além das 5 Agnas.
Yeah, Dada Bhagwan is higher than 5 Agnas, but for us, Dada, Shri and
Dada Bhagwan está além, mais elevado que as 5 Agnas.
But it begins with 5 Agnas. 5 Agnas is the exactness with which we hold Dada Bhagwan and Dada Shri. And then when 5 Agnas, the time will come when 5 Agnas will become natural for us, you see. You see, it will become...
E as Agnas são a forma que a gente consegue estar com Dada.
When it becomes natural, then you would have come almost, you would have become a Gnani, you see.
Quando ela se tornar muito natural, você vai ter se tornado Gnani.
Yeah, it will become Gnani. But we are all proceeding in that direction by appreciating and exactly understanding with a U capital understanding this vision that we talked about today, okay? Of the line of demarcation, the relative and the real.
E isso, quando a gente consegue essa visão depois dessa linha demarcatória que a gente conseguiu.
It is only through this line of demarcation that the Agna Swarup means the self that is the Agna.
É através dessa linha demarcatória que a gente consegue ter essa Agna Swarup.
the self, that is the Agna state. You see, the self.
Ser que está no estado da Agna.
The Agna state has become accomplished. That is the experience of the self. Agnas continue to lift you up, my dear Margarita.
As Agnas continuam te elevar, Margarida.
Yeah, lift you up in the experience of who you are. That is the role of the Agnas.
Levar no sentido de quem você é.
You are not this body, you are not these feelings, you are not these good feelings or the bad feelings.
Você não é esse corpo, você não é os bons sentimentos, os maus sentimentos.
Yeah, you are the self, and in that self is this energy that draws you towards the self, and that energy is called prajna. You see, prajna is the energy.
Você é o ser, e o ser te dá essa energia que te ajuda na direção do ser, que é chamado prajna.
That is the energy that pulls you from the Amapura to the absolute Amapura. You see, you know.
É essa luz, essa energia que te leva da alma pura para a absoluta alma pura.
This is the energy that is associated with ek chit. The chit becomes ek chit. Ek chit.
Essa energia.
Ek chit, one chit. That is the energy. You see, one chit. This we recited on the day of the Guru Purnima. You see,
Ek chit, que é one chit, que é recitado no Guru Purnima.
It is the purest chit. You see, the chit that is
puro.
That is the chit that is only flowing in the direction of this salvation of the world. You see.
É o chit que está na direção da salvação do mundo.
You see, your and my salvation has already happened, my dear friends in Brazil.
A suas e a minha salvação tá feita, meus amigos.
Our salvation has been perfectly accomplished through
Nossa salvação foi perfeitamente feita.
Through this line of demarcation,
através dessa linha demarcatória.
There is no further imperfection in this accomplishment of this line of demarcation. It has been perfectly accomplished. You see?
Essa linha foi atingida com perfeição.
That is why it requires the Akram Vignan. That is why it requires.
É por isso que requer o Akram Vignan.
Ordinary Gnanis will not do. You require the one.
Por isso que exige um Gnani Purush.
Yeah.
Um Gnani regular não vai resolver.
Yeah, you require the special Gnani who
exige um Gnani especial que
who by virtue of his presence is merely present as an instrument only, an evidence only through which all of this is happening. There is no one giving the Gnan Vidhi. These are the words coming, you see, directly from the Lord, you see. Medium.
Gnani que possa ser instrumento para que aconteça o Gnan Vidhi, que ele possa ser o instrumento do Deus.
This is the phenomena of all phenomena. This is the miracle of all miracles that has.
Esse é o milagre de todos os milagres.
That has happened in Iguaçu, in São Paulo, and now in Houston and so many places. It happened. If you happen to be present there, you see.
Se você esteve presente lá,
yours was the evidence also. You see, yours was the evidence also. You see, but every time you listen to the Agna, it requires.
Você ouve as Agnas.
Every time you listen to the Agna, it requires the vision of understanding only. You do not have to do anything in this Agna.
Do entendimento.
The more you and I understand, there is not much to understand now about Eoso Amapura. That has been accomplished. You don't need to understand anything about Amapura anymore, you see.
Você não tem que entender mais nada sobre Amapura. Isso já foi estabelecido.
There is not much to understand the relatives. You see, the relative is
tem muito que entender do relativo, mas
there is everything to understand who is running the relative, who is operating.
Tem tudo o que entender sobre quem está governando o relativo.
The more you understand this governance, governando de la relativa, you see, the more you understand this relative governance, you see, the higher will be your vision, the higher will be your bliss.
Quanto mais, maior será a sua bem-aventurança, maior será a sua visão. Shuddha, I need to go. Let me see if Denize. And we are a little. Você toca, Denize? Obrigada.
Okay, we will only take about 15 minutes. You have a good day, my dear. Evidences are calling you. Vyavasthit is calling you. Enjoy.
Jai Satchidanand.
Yeah, this
Pessoal,
is
obrigada.
this thing here. The evidences of scientific circumstantial evidences is all that we have to now understand. You see,
Então, tudo que nós temos que entender são essas evidências científicas circunstanciais.
It begins by seeing them. You see, begins by seeing them.
Começa tudo por vê-las.
It begins by seeing that the other person is also part of this governance of scientific circumstantial evidences, just as this one here in front of me, called Denize or Caio or Margarida, is under the influence. The other person too is under the influence of scientific circumstantial evidences, you see?
Então, tudo começa por perceber que a outra pessoa também ela está sob a influência das evidências científicas circunstanciais, como também aquele que está diante de nós, no meu caso o Denize, ou então o Caio.
Have you noticed how Dada has totally not used at all the word karma in our Agnas? He doesn't use the word any karma in Agnas. There is no karma, you see?
Vocês separaram que o Dada ele não usa a palavra karma quando ele menciona as Agnas.
When it comes to Agnas, the word karma has gone completely. What is left is the vision of the doer. You see, who is doing all of this, you see? And this is the Vyavasthit Shakti, the energy of scientific circumstance.
Está falando das Agnas?
Yeah. As far as
e
the
só ficam as energias que a pessoa percebe dessas Agnas.
You see, he has come out with new magnificent words, single words, you see. All of these are single words. Real, relative, Vyavasthit, equanimity, satsang, you see, you know.
Então o Dada veio com essas palavras únicas, como satsang, Vyavasthit, Agnas.
Yes, real, relative, Vyavasthit, file, equanimity, satsang. You see, this is it. You know.
Arquivo, equanimidade, satsang. Isso é que são as palavras reais.
The first three Agnas will automatically bring equanimity. The result cannot be anything else except the exact balance of who you are beyond any trace, beyond any subatomic particle evidence of attachment or aversion. No attachment or aversion, you see.
Então, vai ser o resultado dessas Agnas sem nenhum tipo de traço de aversão ou de apego.
Yeah, you see, and thereby he completely blocks any entry into new charging of karma, any entry in new charging of karma. It's impossible for new karma to happen, you see.
Então, o Dada bloqueou a entrada de novos karmas. Então, nada pode entrar nisto.
And then only can it be called a discharge, you see. Then what is happening to Marcia, or to Tony, or to Maria, you see, or Patricia, it is all the exact discharge, exact unwinding, exact unrolling of the movie, you see.
Então, o que resta realmente é esse desenrolar daquele karma que as pessoas já tinham. uma vez que não entra mais nenhum novo. E isso ocorre com todos, com Patrícia, com...
Yeah, this, my friends, is so absolutely magnificent. The more compliments and compliments we give to these agnas, the higher will be our state, because this is a priority that is assigned to us. You know, whatever priority we assign to anything, that gets accomplished. You know, even in our relative life, we say this is priorities. That means your chit automatically goes there. Our chit needs to go to the agnas now. You know?
Então, o que ele está dizendo que é absolutamente prioritário que a gente mantenha as 5 agnas. E isso também te deve orientar o nosso chit para dizer prioridade. E isso faz com que a gente vá para as 5 agnas.
Yeah, bliss is a natural consequence of the natural vision of the 5 agnas. You see, the 5 agna vision is also natural. It is the nature of the self that I am to see. You see.
Então a visão do ser das 5 agnas é natural, tanto quanto é natural ele seguir essas agnas.
By my nature that allows me to see and know, that is my nature, and bliss is its natural consequence. Bliss is, I'm not looking for bliss, I am being who I am, and bliss arises. You see?
Então essa visão das 5 agnas, naturalmente, é um estado natural do ser, e ele leva, você não precisa procurar a bem-aventurança, ela é uma decorrência normal disto.
And in comparison with the bliss of the self, these pleasures of the non-self are nothing, absolutely nothing. They are what they are. We are not even trying to compare, because they cannot be compared, you see. They cannot be, you cannot compare bliss with pleasure at all.
Então, os prazeres do não ser, eles não podem ser comparados com esta bem-aventurança.
You cannot compare. One is an experience with feelings, the other one is an experience of knowing, you see. One is an experience with feelings, and the other one is an experience of the knower. It's an experience of the knower, you see.
Então, uma seria uma experiência com os sentimentos, com as emoções, enquanto que o outro é uma sensação que vem com o fato de você ser aquele quem vê.
One is an experience of the 5 senses, the other one is an experience of the eternal one, you see.
É a experiência dos 5 sentidos e o outro é a experiência do eterno.
And the one is the experience that will come and go, continuously shifting between pleasure and pain, and the other one continues to rise whether there is pain or not, pain or pleasure.
Então, essa experiência é aquele que vai e volta com as coisas que trazem prazer e desprazer, enquanto que no ser real é um crescimento constante dessa sensação de bem-aventurança.
So, my dear friends, there is so much more to cover, so much more to cover in this knowledge of Vyavasthit. You see, many of you, the senior Mahatmas here in Brazil, have been with me in so many sessions of the Dadavani of December 2000, whatever, the Dadavani on Vyavasthit, you see. We discuss it for nearly a year or two, I forget now, which was focusing only on Agna 3, you see. Agna 3.
Então ele está dizendo que tem sido realmente feito trabalho para concentrar nessa... Quer dizer, foi feito até 1 ou 2 anos de satsangs com aqueles Mahatmas mais antigos, focando nesta Agna 3.
Yeah, those of you who are new since Sao Paulo and Iguazu can look at those old satsangs on Vyavasthit, on the Dadavani of Vyavasthit, on the doership. See?
Ok, ele está dizendo que esses Mahatmas novos, ou de Iguaçu ou aqui de São Paulo, que eles podem ver as gravações antigas que mencionavam esse tema de Vyavastit,
Yeah,
porque vale a pena, que tem os Adavanis, tem uma série de coisas interessantes.
yeah, this Vyavastit, the more you understand Vyavastit, the more you will experience the self. This is a guarantee, you see? It's a
Ele está
guarantee.
dizendo que quanto mais você entender esta Vyavastit, mais você vai ter experiência do ser.
Exactly.
Isso ele pode garantir.
Denize translated it exactly. You see, the more you understand Vyavastit, the more you will experience the self, you see?
Então, quanto mais você seguir as 5 Agnas, mais você vai ter a experiência do ser.
Now, the more you understand Vyavastit, Agna 3, the doer, the more you understand the real doer, the more you will experience the self, you see?
Então, quanto mais você entender essa Agna 3 sobre o fazedor, mais você vai entender o Vyavastit.
You see? And in this Vyavastit, continuous energies of the self rise not only for yourself, but they begin to flow in the direction of true salvation of the world, you see?
Então, quanto mais você desenvolve as 5 Agnas, mais você faz com que não apenas você, mas que também exista um fluxo dessa energia em direção à salvação do mundo.
You see, those of you who were with us live in the Guru Purnima in Houston, on the day of the Guru Pujan, on the day of the morning, the beginning, were participants, and I'm sure those of you who also were online, I hope you were able to get the Vidhi of the Jagat Kalyan, you see, the salvation of the world, you see?
Espero que todos aqueles que estiveram lá em Houston naquela manhã, ou mesmo aqueles que estavam online, que vocês tenham recebido esse Vidhi da salvação.
It's very beautiful, but it is very beautiful because it allows very specific construction of further progress as the self, you see. It is how many here did not participate in that vidhi, or they are not aware of that vidhi. I need only hands. Raise your hand, because I need to see. I want those who were in it, I can see, but those who were not, I want to know those who did not participate in that vidhi of Jagat Kalyan.
Então, eu gostaria de saber de todos aqui que estão presentes e que poderiam levantar a mão, aqueles que não tiveram nesse vidhi do Jagat Kalyan.
Yeah, right. Okay. So Patricia A, there's only one person who raised the hand, you know, but it will come. It will come. This means everybody was with our Gnani in this understanding of the beauty of the process. You see, there is a secret behind all of this. It's secret only to the point where you have not entered into it. Nothing is secret. Everything in our Akram Vignan is open. But by secret, I mean there is a secret in it which you need to explore and is available to you, you know?
Ok, ele está dizendo que quase todos estiveram presentes, e aqueles que não estiveram presentes, eles não tiveram acesso a um segredo. Esse segredo não é nada especial, só quem não esteve dentro, porque nada aqui nessa ciência ela é oculta.
Yeah, now for those who need, I know we are going beyond our time, but for those who need to leave, you are most welcome to leave. I am just want to finish this a little bit here until, another 10 minutes, and then we will stop. If it's okay, we will.
Okay, ele está dizendo o seguinte, que aqueles que precisam sair do satsang, que possam fazê-lo, sem problema, é que ele precisa dar mais uns 10 minutos para poder acabar um tema.
Yeah, see, when you say that my work is done, my salvation is done, having attained this magnificent Gnan Vidhi and the 5 Agnas, and I am now beginning to really understand the five Agnas, your work is done. You see, understanding is the only thing that is needed with reference to the five Agnas. You see.
Tá, e está dizendo que quando você começa a entender as 5 Agnas, esse é o único trabalho que tem que ser feito. Que aí você está no caminho da sua salvação, da liberação.
As has been the experience of most of you here, it is through the understanding that the Agnas get applied, because otherwise you will need an applier of Agnas, and we don't turn handles anymore with reference to applier of Agnas, you see.
Tá, então nós que, com a medida que nós formos entendendo as 5 Agnas, isso é o suficiente, porque nós não precisamos ter alguém que aplique as 5 Agnas para nós.
A critical level of experience of the self has to be attained so that bliss arises within, so that, the worldly interactive pleasure pursuits will automatically be seen as they are, you see, without you being dragged into it. Oh, I like this, I like that. And, your chit gets engaged in wrong directions, you see.
Tá, então, esse desenvolvimento das 5 Agnas vai acabar mostrando a nós e fazendo com que nós consigamos evitar essas atrações que nós temos relativas.
And for that critical level of experience of the self to arise within, you see, you are all here. You're all here, you see. Instead of enjoying this Sunday, you see, you are here and still listening, you see.
Então, nesse aspecto crítico desse desenvolvimento, vocês estão todos aqui, neste belo domingo, em vez de estar em qualquer outro local, estão nessa satsang.
And it's my highest namaskars to these evidences of yours that allow you to kind of be here in this session of understanding of these five Agnas, you see.
Então, saudações a ele, essas evidências que permitem que vocês estejam presentes nessa apresentação sobre as 5 Agnas.
Yeah. Let the Gnani lead us towards the salvation of the world, which is our 9th column, but 9th column is a natural consequence of the bliss that arises of the self, you see.
Então, ele está dizendo que deixa que nosso Gnani nos dirija à salvação do mundo e com as 9 kalans, porque as 9 kalans são um aspecto natural desse crescimento.
And know, my dear friends, that regardless of whatever seva, whatever service you may be giving in Brazil for Akram Vignan, know that it is through this vision of the five Agnas that seva becomes pure. You see that seva is pure through the vision of the five Agnas. Otherwise, it's going to create only more difficulties, you see, and more kashais, you see.
Então, ele está falando sobre a seva que cada daqui fez e que esta seva deve ser vista pela pureza das 5 Agnas. Porque senão elas simplesmente vão criar um pouco mais de problemas.
Yeah, right. You see this, by what evidence does any kind of work of Dada comes in front of me, whether it is translation or whether this is non-translation or whatever? By what evidence? Evidences choose you see, come in front of you, and evidences that are pure will bring the purest result, you see. Evidence is
Sim,
all.
Então, ele está mostrando que na seva, seja de tradutor ou de não tradutor, mas essas evidências, elas trazem essa possibilidade dessa seva pura.
Yeah, there is the Akram Vignan, and there is the Vignan of Vyavasthit, you see. There is Akram Vignan, which is the direct science
Então,
of the
existe esse
self.
Akram Vignan, existe esse Vignan Vyavasthit, que é a ciência direta do ser.
There is the science of the self, and then there is the science of Vyavasthit, you see, the science of scientific circumstantial evidences, you see.
Então, existe uma ciência que é do ser e tem uma ciência que é do Vyavasthit.
You see, this Vignan, this science of Vyavasthit will give you instant results. It will give you instant, direct results. You don't have to wait for the result of Agna 3. It gives you exact, instant result, cash result.
Então, ele está dizendo que essa Agna 3, ela traz um resultado imediato. Não precisa esperar o resultado aparecer. É imediato.
And when you become exact in the understanding of the Agna of Vyavasthit, scientific circumstantial evidences, this body will become, this Prakruti, this non-self complex, Prakruti, that Prakruti means this was that which was formed out of ignorance in the past life, and Prakruti, you see, formed out of ignorance in past life, you see, out of ignorance in past life will become natural, you see.
Então, seguindo as 5 Agnas, este corpo Prakruti que foi formado na ignorância da vida passada, ele naturalmente vai sendo trabalhado.
Yeah, it is Agna 3 that will make this non-self complex, this body complex that the world identifies as Caio, Margarita, Santana, Heraldo, natural.
Então, são essas...
Okay, let me mute.
Essa Agna 3, que lida com Vyavasthita e as evidências científicas se quem quer que seja, ser natural.
Yeah, it is the whole thing. We, the self, are in the natural state, and the body will become natural. The one in the middle with the wrong belief, out of ignorance, makes it unnatural. Agna, when you're in Agna, the middleman is not there. You see?
Tá, então ele está dizendo que aquele ser do meio que faz com que haja ignorância, ele para de existir, então o seu Prakruti fica natural.
Agna, so Dadashri eliminates the Bhavo. You see, the Bhavo is the middle one. You see, the middle one out whose influence, who is interfering into that which is happening, you see? The interference goes away.
As Agnas do Dada acabam eliminando o Bhavo, porque é aquele ser intermediário que ele impede que o Prakruti seja natural.
Yeah, there is nothing right, there is nothing wrong, there is only that which is in front of us, you see, and let it be, and I am in my blissful self, you see. There you are not behaving according to the eyes of the world. This is how it should be, this is right, this is wrong. You are becoming free, perfectly free, here and now.
Tá, então não existe nada de errado, não existe nada de certo. Na verdade, você passa a ser aquele que vê as coisas se realizando.
Yeah.
E agora?
Yeah. So, my dear friends, time is up. We will continue. Our session on the 5 Agnas is not over. We still have to go further into Agna 3 and further into Agna 4. These are big sessions, but we will continue. When Shuddha is with you on Sundays, he will continue this, and when he is with you on Tuesdays, he will continue the flawless vision and the Siddha Stuti.
Ok, então ele está dizendo que tem muita coisa ainda a ser apresentada sobre essas Agnas, mas que haverá a possibilidade disso nos domingos e nas terças-feiras. Nas terças-feiras ele está falando sobre visão impecável e Siddha Stuti, mas que isso aí tem que ser aprofundado nas Agnas 4 e 5 depois.
Okay, so thank you, my dear friend Denize, for this, and also for the translations, and Denize. Highest namaskars to all of you. We'll let you go to your lunch now. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand, ele está agradecendo a
so
todos, inclusive aos tradutores, e que todos agora possam ir almoçar tranquilamente.
Yeah, so yes, Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Satidana.
Jai Sachidanand Maria. Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand Maria. Jai Sachidanand. Sachidanand. Sachidanand.
Sachidanand Shuddha.
Jai Sachidanand Tony. Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand. Anya.
Jai Satidana Shuddha.
Jai Sachidanand Mariane. Jai Sachidanand Shuddhatma Bhagwan. Yes. Yeah.
Jai Sachidanand Shuddha.
Jai Sachidanand Heraldo. Shuddhatma Bhagwan. Yeah.
Jai Sachidananda Shuddha.
Neva. Yeah. Jai Sachidanand Neva. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Satidana Shura.
Alessandra. Jai Sachidanand Shuddhatma Bhagwan. Jai Sachidanand.
Sachidananda Shuddha.
Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand.